Hey folks, this is D-Lo back again with another video. So this article came out from Bloomberg.com. So Mercedes lose a EU suit over the defeated device system car. So this was a lawsuit that took place in the Mercedes people which they lost. So but there's an article, there's an audio to this article. So let me see if I can get this today.
Mercedes loses EU suit over defeat device system in cars. Mercedes-Benz Group AG suffered a setback in a dispute at the European Union's top court over its duty to compensate owners of cars equipped with illegal computer technology that overrides anti-pollution systems in order to protect components at low temperatures. In a suit referred from a court in Germany, the owner of a Mercedes car equipped with a so-called defeat device complained that the vehicle violated rules regulating the emissions of pollutant gases. The case stems from a series of clashes from the aftermath of the diesel scandal that's roiled carmakers in Germany. People who bought a car equipped with an unlawful defeat device have a right to compensation from the car manufacturer where the device has caused damage to that purchaser, the EU Court of Justice ruled on Tuesday. EU law protects, in addition to public interests, the specific interests of the individual purchaser of a motor vehicle. The EU's top court in 2020 issued a key ruling in a dispute following from the diesel scandal that had engulfed Volkswagen AG, which said the use of so-called defeat devices, which help the automaker bypass diesel engine pollution tests, can't be justified under the bloc's rules. The ruling raised questions for carmakers more broadly about the use of other software, because engine functions known as thermal windows, that lower pollution controls when temperatures are low to protect components, are used across the industry. The EU court clearly stressed that this is only about the damage actually suffered by a purchaser, Mercedes said in an emailed statement. Plus, there must be an illegal defeat device, which is disputed in the present case. Mercedes said its cars that were or are affected by a recall can continue to be used without restriction on a permanent basis after appropriate software updates. It said it remains to be seen how local courts will apply rulings' guidance on national laws. The court said on Tuesday that EU nations are required to ensure that people who bought such a car have a right to compensation from the manufacturer of that vehicle and that national legislation cannot make it impossible or excessively difficult for the purchaser to obtain adequate compensation for the damage caused to him or her. Last year, EU judges in another case, involving VW, clarified that there's no exemption from regulations for the use of software that changes pollutant gas emissions in cars based on the outside temperature. While VW insists its use of so-called thermal windows is in line with the law, the ruling opened the door to possible lawsuits for compensation over sales contracts for affected cars. The case is C-121, QBV. Mercedes-Benz Group AG, formerly Daimler AG.
Okay, y'all, that was it. You know what? Somebody who are in charge and making the Mercedes-Benz, they should know better not to have a system like that anyway. All the rest of the system that involved in these cars are automatically become flawed at the end of the day. What make they think this EU system will be no better? Y'all know better than that. Anything they try to add on will never turn out good. It don't. And there's a history of this. But you let me know what you think about this situation about Mercedes-Benz losing this lawsuit. I personally believe that more lawsuits need to happen when it comes to not only things like this, but in general. Because I mean, let's take these cars that we call general. I mean, I just did a story moments ago where a guy caught on fire, and the people who he brought the car from, it's him a notice till a month later. I mean, there need to be more stuff need to be done to hold these people accountable when customers who buy these cars have to deal with stuff like that. There needs to be more accountability for these type of situations that be going on, especially when it comes regarding recalls on cars. I mean, people work hard for their money, and the last thing that customer need to deal with is have some sort of problem. I feel like when you pay a certain amount of money for a car, something probably you really shouldn't be dealing with. Especially the things I be seeing that these cars being recalled from, you really shouldn't be dealing with that. Some of these problems out here with these cars are highly unacceptable. and then you pay an arm and leg for this stuff. That would really set me up about the whole thing. You pay an arm and leg for these cars, and yet, regarding the recall, you end up dealing with safety hazards that you really should not be dealing with. Based on how much money you pay for a car, you really should not be dealing with certain unsafety hazards. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's what get me about the whole thing. But regardless, let me know what y'all think about the situation. D-Lo out.